Hi everyone, good afternoon all. I think you are with me. We are in performance evaluation and management. Our subject is performance evaluation and management. Today we are going to discuss about the evaluators training. It means how to train evaluators about the performance evaluation, how to do the performance evaluation with some other parties. As we discussed earlier, there are several parties. We get support from the several parties to conduct or to evaluate our all the employees of our organization. For that, we need to get some support from other parties. That means not HR people. If we are going to evaluate employees who are working with the production department as a production employees, sometimes that employees work with the marketing department, or sometimes that employees are working with the finance department. These all employees. Sometimes they are working in other branch of the organization. Sometimes our employees are working with the client base. At that situation, we want to get some outside support to do successfully our performance evaluation, employees performance evaluation. To do that, we need to give some awareness, important information about the performance evaluation process and our purposes of performance evaluation, our forms we are going to use to collect our employees' performance, and procedures we are going to follow to conduct performance evaluation. That type of basic information we need to give to that party. For that, we need to give some type of knowledge, skills about the performance evaluation to other parties. As example, production manager going to conduct, going to evaluate their subordinates as immediate superior. In our performance evaluation policy, immediate superior is the evaluator. Therefore, as a production manager, they have 4 supervisors. They are directly reported to the production manager. Then production manager need to fill 4 individual performance evaluation forms regarding each supervisors. For that, production manager need to have proper knowledge, skills, and attitude how to do, how to complete, how to fill that performance evaluation form. For that, we need to give that awareness to the production manager. For that, we need to conduct some systematic way or some systematic program we conduct with the purpose of to give that awareness to the outside evaluators. That's called evaluator training of evaluators. That is basic idea of the today's session. Now we are going to discuss in detail about the training of evaluators. Okay, This is our 10th session number 10, training of evaluators. These are the intended learning outcomes, ILOs of the today's session. After completing or studying this session successfully, participants should be able to describe about the significance of training of evaluators. Evaluator training methods. There are several methods we can use to train our evaluators. There are several methods we are going to discuss in this session, and then we have to move to the evaluator training process. There are 4 stages. We are going to discuss that 4-stage process of performance evaluators training. Okay, as the basic introduction about the training of evaluators, this is our 6th step of the systematic process of performance evaluation and management. Training of evaluator refers systematic endeavor to improve efficiency and effectiveness of evaluators in performance evaluation by increasing their competencies in terms of knowledge, skills, and attitudes regarding evaluation of employees' performance. This is basically focused on, this is also like a training program that provides some specific type of knowledge, skills, and attitudes. But in here, training of evaluators mean they have a specific purpose. That purpose is to give knowledge, skills, and attitude about what, how to do the evaluation, performance evaluation about the employees. You may have some another subject regarding training and development. In that subject, you may get the deeper understanding about the training and development, about the employees, how to train employees, how to develop your employees as you are going to become a HR manager. For that, in here, they are specifically focused on the training program. That training program is specifically focused to give knowledge, skills, and attitude about the evaluation of employees' performance. We are going to train evaluators. Sometimes that evaluators may become maybe from our other department, managerial employees. Sometimes, most of the time, our owner and or sometime that top managerial, general manager, or chief executive officer, maybe most of the time be evaluator. In that situation, as a HR manager or as a responsible person to do the performance evaluation, you need to give that this particular type of training to your higher position of the organization. Without basic understanding and the thorough knowledge about the what is performance, what is the training of evaluators, you cannot deal with that higher position. That you need to have clear idea how to conduct the evaluation training, how to train your evaluators in your performance evaluation process. That we are going to discuss about some important aspects of the training of evaluators. The final objective of this training is to effective and efficiency of the performance evaluation. without proper understanding or skills about the evaluation with evaluator, we cannot do successful performance evaluation or performance appraisal. For that, we need to give that awareness, that knowledge to our evaluators. To do that, we need to conduct some type of training programs. In here, why? What is the requirement of training is evaluators? This is not the one-time thing, or sometime that training of evaluators need to do timely, because some high positions may change with the retirements or transfers, or sometime resignation or termination. Likewise, these several reasons, the managerial positions or evaluators may change. With that changes, training of evaluators may require timely. Not the, if we do this year, it is not for the reason to not to doing any time in future. Sometimes with the changes of the performance evaluation process or performance evaluation system, we need to give that awareness about the changes of our performance evaluation system. To do that, we need to conduct some training programs with our evaluators. In here, we are going to explain about the significance of training of evaluators, why it is needed to organization. The basic reason, many managers are not highly competent in the area of performance evaluation. As example, accountant or finance manager may have exactly with the knowledge and skills regarding the financial management or accounting, the field of accounting, but they may not have how to, they may not have or expert in doing performance evaluation. Evaluation skills is another specific type of skill that may not be every person in the society. Manager may be highly qualified. As my example, finance manager or accountant may have high qualification in their field, but or sometimes they may have degree or postgraduate degree, or sometimes may have PhD, but they may not have the evaluation skills. In here, they need to participate, they need to get this awareness about the evaluation. So that training of evaluators are the most important for each and every evaluators. The second reason, there may be managers who have not been educated or trained on performance evaluation generally, but not any specific. As you, in this course, you are learning about the performance evaluation with your special degree program. This course is about the performance evaluation and management. But with this knowledge, you cannot have developed 100% accurate performance evaluation system for the organization. The reason is, with this course, you can get a general knowledge. What are the principles? What are the areas? What are the models or components of the models? The process of performance evaluation. Likewise, this is general. In here, training of evaluator In this today's session is also I try to give some general knowledge about the training of evaluators. But if you have become a HR manager or expert in the performance evaluation field in some organization, you need to develop. For that, you need to get some type of specific knowledge and skills to do that. In our first year subject, human resource management, there may be a chapter. They have in here also we included one chapter on performance evaluation. In our all undergraduates, as you, including you, already learned about the performance evaluation. But in here, we learn something about the deep. We try to get some deeper knowledge about the performance evaluation. When you are going to become a practitioner, you need to get some specific knowledge about the organizational requirement, other practices, organizational geographical locations, and the organizational structure, managerial values, top management values, about the performance evaluation. These are the things, these are the information you need to gather when you are developing a specific performance evaluation process. For that, you need to get some specific knowledge. In here also, other managers may become evaluator, but they may have some time about the performance evaluation. They may have knowledge about the performance evaluation, but that knowledge is general. It is not enough to fill or to conduct, to work as an evaluator in a specific organization. For certain organization, because that certain organization develop their own performance evaluation system. We need to give awareness about that system, not the general knowledge. We learn about 360-degree feedback system. If your organization is practicing that, we need to give some knowledge about how to practice, how to implement, how to do in there. Likewise, we need to give specific knowledge about the 360-degree program, how to practice in the organizational scenario. Likewise, each and every managers need to give, we need to train every evaluators about the specific requirement of that particular performance evaluation process. Some managers who have studied performance evaluation earlier, formally or informally, in here, now you are studying about the performance evaluation, but after 10 years, you can't remember these things. Therefore, if you become an evaluator, you need to refresh your knowledge. That some other managers also, as you, they are learning, they studied about the performance evaluation in their general degree or basic degree before the 10 years or more than 10 years or 5 years, but they are not currently working with the performance evaluation. They are not updated. They are not refreshed their knowledge. Therefore, we need to give some training about the evaluation or how to do the evaluation. That type of managers is also required this training. The other reason, if the manager is newcomer to the organization, if you are going to become a manager in some organization, that organization already practicing the performance evaluation system. Therefore, you have to be aware about the organization's performance evaluation system. For that, if you are the responsible person in that organization about the performance evaluation, you need to give this type of training to that manager as evaluator. The next is, if organization introduce a new performance evaluation system, all the current managers expect those who have participated in the development of the system need to know it. In here, performance evaluation system is, we are discussing about the performance evaluation model. In that model also, there is a review and renewal process. After conducting performance evaluation, we review about the process. With that feedback, we need to change our system. With that changes, our system is a new one, become a new one. Therefore, we need to give that awareness to all the evaluators. For that purpose, we need to conduct training program to the evaluators. But if you are working with that changes or update, you are participated to do that development of the system, you already know about that. Therefore, without that development team, all the other managers, all the other evaluators need to train. The other reason is evaluators are one of the most important factor contributing to successful performance evaluation. In our definition, also emphasize the what is performance evaluation is collecting evidence, information about the actual performance of employees to judge and to take decision about the employees, or sometimes the organizational decisions. For that, there is a significant role to the evaluators, because evaluators are the persons who are collecting evidence, collecting information, collecting very important information about the performance. If evaluators are not aware how to collect information about the performance, our collected information may be wrong or not the completed information. That raw data or raw incompleted information, managers cannot get the right decision on the right time. Therefore, we need to give that awareness how to do perfectly this evaluator role. We need to give that awareness with the training of evaluators. Another reason, training of evaluators will greatly help avoid evaluator errors. We already discussed some errors: halo effect, central tendency, recency effect, harshness, leniency, and personal prejudice. Likewise, these errors, I'm not going to discuss one by one here, because I already discussed in my previous session these errors. We can minimize or avoid with the proper training of evaluators. These are the possible errors you may have when you are the evaluator. That awareness is also can be provided with the training program. training of evaluators. By giving that awareness, we can avoid these errors. Then we move to the second objective, learning objective, that is about the evaluator training methods. These are the alternative methods we can use to train our evaluators. The first method is lecture method. Now you are experiencing it. As a lecture method of a relative economy and a meaningful flow and organization of learning material is very popular training method. This is one of the lecture you are experiencing now. This method can apply to give required awareness about the performance evaluation. This is relatively economy. The cost is very less, and we can give lot of information about the training, about the evaluation, performance evaluation by using this method. A great deal of information about the purposes, related policies, criteria, standards, forms, and procedure of performance evaluation can be transmitted within a relatively shorter period of time. With a limited time period, we can give a lot of information about the performance evaluation. That is the best advantage in this method. But some disadvantages also there. This method is inability to develop skills adequately in performance evaluation within evaluators. There are three main components mainly related to the education, that is knowledge, skills, and attitude. I think you may have a clear idea about these three components of the education because you are experiencing now. Also, you are the very important party of the education system. As students, you may know knowledge, the differences between knowledge, skills, and attitude. However, the knowledge is what? Knowledge is the fact or information acquired through education. Training and education also there are small differences. Training with the specific purpose, that knowledge you acquire through the training, that knowledge can apply in a specific situation, but without that purpose, you collect evidence, you acquire data or fact or information without the purpose of implementing or practicing that knowledge in a specific situation. The skills is ability to do something well in a correct way. In here, by conducting lectures, we can give a lot of information, we can give a lot of data, we can give awareness about the concepts, but there is no chance to develop skills. There is no chance to practice these concepts or this knowledge by using this method. They can get generally only the knowledge and attitudes of the performance evaluation. Another component is attitude. Attitude is, you may have idea, that is psychological tendency towards something. There are a lot of things around you, All the things you may have different kinds of mindset or set of psychological tendencies. Your mother is good. That is the psychological tendency or psychological evaluation with you about your mother. That is attitude. This university is the best university to learn this particular type of field of education. That is the attitude about your university. In here, you can collect data or information about something, and based on that information, you can evaluate psychologically about that concept or that practice. Therefore, you can improve your knowledge and attitudes, but the skills cannot develop by using this lecture method. I think it is enough. The second method is case study method. You're very familiar with the case. There are some cases. Cases mean the collection of information about something, some incidents, or some particular thing that need to take decision or need to solve. Sometimes we can get basic idea about the case. That is problem. There is a case. It means there is a problem. Need to solve. If there is a case, you need to take decision to solve that. Case study method is also by giving the problems practically facing when you are evaluating your employees' performance. We can give that problem to solve, to take decision. By practicing this, we can give the training. That is case study method. Generally, this method involves an actual or hypothetical written description. That information, that situation, that problem, we can give as a written description of a decision-making situation. The evaluator can be given a case or cases relating to performance evaluation. Most of the time, there are several cases we can develop to give our participants, that mean evaluators. They are asked to read, identify problems, generate alternative solutions. Then we can evaluate them, their solutions, and offer recommendations for actions. In here, my example. Now, you are the evaluator. You are the participants of this training program. Think about, you are the production manager of our organization. You need to evaluate your supervisor's performance regarding the previous performance evaluation period. That our performance evaluation period is started from 1st of January. It is ended with the 31st of December. That is our performance evaluation period. Then the problem is, one of your supervisor was joined with your team at 1st of July in that particular year. how to take the evaluation. Is annual evaluation or biannual evaluation? Likewise, how to do evaluation? You need to take decision. That is the point of decision making situation. How you solve it. That is the example for case study. By giving these type of problems, we can improve their decision making skills. With that decision making skills, they can do better performance evaluation. While learning from the content of the case, evaluators can develop decision making skills of performance evaluation. When you read, you identify the problem, then you need to generate alternative solutions. We give evaluation same as the person who are joining with our organization 1st of January, or sometime it is one of the alternative solution. Another alternative solution is we give evaluation about the half of the year, because they are working only with us only the half of year. Therefore, we need to give evaluation for the half of the year. That is another alternative. But you need to take decision. Organization recommendations. The trainer, role of the trainer is offer recommendations. The trainer can recommend. First option cannot be recommended. The second option, it means you need to do evaluation only with the half of the year. Another half of the year we cannot evaluate, because who are not working with us, work with us in that period. Likewise, that is the case study method. Another type of evaluative training method is role play. The performance evaluation situation is constructed and evaluators are assigned different characters, part of the play, part to play. The evaluators are provided with either or written or oral description of the situation, same as the cases, and the role they are to play. Some participants may be the onlooker, maybe the member of the audience, but in this method, the same situation they need to act. With that role playing, they can give more practical idea about that situation. This is the main differences between the cases and role play. Cases, we are provided with the written description, but in here that situation that with the different characters. This is more useful for educating evaluators about successful holding of performance evaluation interviews. In our performance evaluation process, there is another step of holding performance evaluation interviews. As example, evaluator and evaluee going to conduct this performance feedback interview. In that feedback interview, evaluator only give the negative information to the evaluee. Production, in our example, production manager and the supervisor. Production manager always give negative comments on the behavior of supervisor. That is act. That two characters we can play like a drama. Then other participants, audience, can identify problems and give alternative solutions. And then finally, trainer can recommend what are the suitable solutions for this. But in here, the difference between role playing and case study, another difference between role playing and case study can conduct with the limited time, but in here we requiring a considerable time to conduct this role play. That is the third method. The main advantage, we can give the practical feeling to the evaluators with this situation, with this method. But the main disadvantage is requiring a considerable time to conduct this evaluation. The fourth method is program instruction. In contrast to lectures, program instruction is a technique that does not require presence or intervention of a trainer. The method involves distance learning, requiring self-studying by which the evaluator can learn at his or her own pace. Manuals, video tapes, books, etc. can be used for this purpose. This method is one of the best methods for acquiring of knowledge and trainings relating retention of knowledge. Therefore, this method is more appropriate for giving knowledge of performance evaluation to the evaluators. Program instruction is like a self-study course. All the required material we are provided to the evaluator. They need to study all the materials, then they can acquire the required knowledge to do the performance evaluation. Most of the multinational companies performance evaluation evaluation of the expatriate employees, we can train our another branch evaluators. That branch is not located with locally, it is internationally. We can use this program instruction method. That is like a self-study method. All the learning materials we are providing, then the evaluator need to study that material and information and knowledge about the evaluation. Then they can do the performance evaluation in a better way. The next one is special course. This is about the performance evaluation. This is one of the course about the performance evaluation, but this course is the general course, not the specific course. or special cause. In here, special cause mean evaluators are required to follow a special cause on performance evaluation conducted by a university or professional institute or college or an independent expert in the field. Sometimes that may be the specialized person who are with the performance evaluation. That person may be the trainer. But the difference between these type of general courses and special courses, the special course is highly focused on the selected or particular organization practice of performance evaluation. This is now you are learning general course of performance evaluation, because we are not focused only the one company practice. A special course should be tailor-made one particularly for the organization being concerned. In ABC company, they are practicing performance evaluation based on their practice. If we develop the course, it is called special course. But in here, we are not specifically focused on one company practice. Therefore, this course is general course. This special course can be used to train evaluators. I think a good idea. This special course have several advantages as well as disadvantages. We are giving this training evaluation part, evaluator training part to university or other professional institute. That may be high cost involved, or sometime independent expert. They also charge highly for their expertise. High cost and considerable time maybe for the special courses. But in here, with the special course, we can give a thorough understanding about the performance evaluation of the particular company or organization. Course should be tailor-made. It means that is why we call the special courses. The next, we move to the third intended learning outcomes. It means the evaluator training process. Before moving to the evaluator training process, up to this point, we learn why performance training of evaluators is important, and then we move to the evaluator training methods. There are 5 methods we will discuss: lecture method, case study method, role playing method, program instruction method, and special course method. Then now we move to the evaluator training process. There are 4 stages: training objectives. The second stage is evaluator training, evaluators manual. The third stage is formal instruction. Last stage, on the job coaching and counseling. We'll discuss one by one as the evaluator training process. The first stage, we need to establish objectives for the training program. Specific objectives. In our organization, as per the audience, we need to give some different types of knowledge, different types of understanding, different levels of knowledge and understanding about the performance evaluation. Therefore, training objectives should be established on by considering these factors. As example, our organization is practicing 360-degree feedback system. 360-degree feedback system. With that system, some of our senior managers are the evaluators. All of our middle-level managers also become evaluators, as well as all the operative employees become evaluator. Therefore, these three levels of employees, that means top management, middle management, and operative employees, we are using different types of performance evaluation forms and procedures with the specific approach. Therefore, we need to give knowledge and understanding about the performance evaluation forms and procedures, different types of performance, one particular type of performance evaluation forms and procedure to the top management. With that objective, we need to develop another separate training programs to the top managers, top level managers. Another type of performance evaluation forms and procedure we are using to the middle level managers. Therefore, with that procedure, we need to give separate training programs to the middle level managers. Another different types of performance evaluation forms and procedure we are giving to the operative level employees. Languages of the performance evaluation forms and procedure also may be different for these three types of employees. With that differences, we need to develop separate performance evaluator training programs. When we develop these evaluator training programs, we need to establish objectives. As my example, when we are developing separate performance training programs, training of evaluators, training programs to the evaluators for top level managers, our objective is maybe to provide relevant knowledge and skills about the performance evaluation systems to the top level managers. That is the specific objective of the training program. But when we are developing another separate training programs to the operative employees to provide practice or to provide required skills to fill performance evaluation forms to the operative level employees. That is another different objectives of the another different training programs. We need to establish these objectives separately for the training programs. Then evaluators manual is very important. Not only here, Evaluator manual is all about the performance evaluation. Evaluator's manual refers to a handbook which tells evaluator how to do performance evaluation or how performance evaluation works in the organization. This is like a manual, user manual. When you are working as a part of performance evaluation, what is your role? It's also explained by the evaluator's manual. In second stage, we need to develop these type of manuals with the purpose of providing proper knowledge and understanding, or knowledge, skills, and attitude to the evaluators. But when we are developing evaluator manual, it should include lot of information. We need to develop performance evaluation forms and procedure. That also part of the evaluator's manual. Therefore, that considerable time or considerable attention or considerable cost should be there to develop evaluator's manual. By investing, when managers evaluate, managers or organization invest huge resources on developing evaluator's manual, we need to secure our objective can easily achieve by using this material. It should be prepared a clear manual so that the evaluator can study himself or herself. Then we can do a better performance evaluation. If otherwise, if we fail to develop clear performance evaluation manual, our money and other all resources may be wastage. Therefore, this manual should be clear, readable, and understandable, also attractive. A well-constructed performance evaluation manual or evaluator's manual include following parts. These are the this is not the universally accepted content for the evaluator's manual, but you can change as per your requirement. But these are the main things you need to include in your performance evaluator's manual. The first part we can allocate to the introduction part. The meaning of the performance evaluation, purposes of the performance evaluation, why it is significant to the organization. You can explain by using this segment of the evaluator's manual. Part 2, we can devote for the description of the performance evaluation system of the organization. In here, we can explain the objectives, policies, criteria and standards, forms and procedure. We can explain in this part. The part 3, we can allocate to the role of, to explain the role of evaluators, because this is evaluators manual. That is essential. This part is essential for the evaluators manual. Tasks relating to the performance evaluation. Performance evaluation is not just fill the performance evaluation form. We can collect. We need to collect correct information, evidence about the performance of the employee, how to collect these evidences, and how to fill in a correct way our performance evaluation forms Likewise, the role of evaluator can be described under this part. The part 4, completion of performance evaluation forms. Device is given on how to fill the performance evaluation form. It is very important because if our evaluators fail to fill or cannot complete their performance evaluation forms, our final results may lose. Therefore, we need to give clear idea, step-by-step advice to our evaluators, so that we can use this part, how to complete our performance evaluation forms. There may be different types of performance evaluation forms, as well as different types of performance evaluation procedure. We can separately provide by using this part of the performance evaluators manual. It is very important if we can include at least one example for the completion of the performance evaluation form. Then other part is also discussion of evaluation. It is also very important part or role of the evaluators. After evaluation, we need to conduct performance evaluation feedback interview. We can give some basic guidelines how to conduct performance feedback interview in order to discuss performance evaluation results with the evaluee. Then last part, we can allocate to give some ethics of performance evaluation. Performance evaluation is a very serious one. This need to conduct some moral qualities. Therefore, by conducting performance evaluation in a wrong way, we can destroy our employees, right employees. That is very harmful to the organization as well as the employee personal life. Therefore, some basic ethical elements we need to follow in our performance evaluation process. And ethical aspects we can explain by using this part of the evaluators manual. There are 6 parts we explain. I explain. You can include in your evaluators manual. Then formal instruction. Third stage of the performance evaluator training process, that is formal instruction. Formal instruction refers to classroom teaching about performance evaluation within a certain period of time. After preparing or developing evaluators manual by using these evaluators manual, also other materials, we can conduct some classroom sessions. In this session, we can use lectures, case studies, role playing, group discussion, special assignments, or we can give evaluators manual also in this formal instruction stage. A good formal instruction program, we can include following things. The first one is general knowledge about the performance evaluation of human resources. It means why it is important as the employee. As you are the evaluator, you play very significant role here. We can explain the significance of performance evaluation program. Then we can give the understanding of performance evaluation system, designing part, as also we can give idea how to use the organizational performance evaluation evaluators material, forms and procedure. Then we can give some times to practice in completing performance evaluation forms. With that part, they can give by hand experience. Practice in handling performance evaluation interviews. For that part is also we can allocate sometimes understanding of the problems of performance evaluation, ways of solving them. Performance evaluation problems, we can ask what are the possible problems. We can list the possible problems, then we can discuss these problems. Or sometime question and answer session we can conduct. Also, ethics of the performance evaluation and other important aspects we can discuss in the formal instruction program. These are the main things. When we conduct formal instruction programs, right time, right place, and right trainers should be decided for the successful formal instruction program. Otherwise, we cannot achieve our expected objectives. After implementation of the formal instruction program, it may be useful if some kind of evaluation about the program is done. If we conduct formal instruction program, evaluators training program, we need to collect feedback on this program. Then we can collect meaningful ideas and opinions of the participants. These meaningful ideas and opinions of the participants can be used for future improvements or development of our performance evaluation system. So that we to collect these opinions and ideas, we can use questionnaire or interviews or other types of feedback collection techniques. The fourth step is the last step of the performance evaluators training process, on the job coaching and counseling. It is very important. This is the practical part of the evaluators training. After formal instruction, it may often be impossible to conclude that evaluators did acquire all the competencies of performance evaluation. After formal instruction or after providing this evaluators manual or all the other relevant materials, we cannot certify or recommend our evaluators can handle performance evaluation perfectly. It may be impossible. Therefore, when our evaluators are going to do the performance evaluation, that is, they are on the job. Coaching and counseling we can do in here. When actually performing activities of the performance evaluation, of evaluators may encounter problems. They may face the real problem of the performance evaluation. Therefore, further help or advice is needed to the evaluators until they become fully informed of the performance evaluation system. In first time, this on-the-job coaching and counseling is very important. Sometime the second time or third time or well-experienced evaluator may not needed the on-the-job coaching and counseling, but at the very first time, it is very important to conduct on-the-job coaching and counseling. To achieve this purpose, on-the-job coaching and counseling is very important. Coaching and counseling is In this process, we provide individual help. We are addressing individual evaluators here, but formal instruction or by providing evaluators manual, we are not addressing individual evaluators, but in here on the job coaching and counseling, the main difference between all the other methods on the job coaching and counseling, in this step we address individual problems and trainer, personal contact between the trainee and trainer. Trainee mean in here evaluator, trainer mean what the responsible expert in performance evaluation. Trainer must be an expert in the performance evaluation. They need to expert knowledge and understanding about the performance evaluation practice of the company. If evaluator asks some specific questions or there are problems, this expert, or it means the trainer, need to exact answer for that. Evaluators are encouraged to present their special problems of the performance evaluation which occur when implementing the performance evaluation system to trainer. Then trainer will help to solve these problems. This is the fourth step of the evaluators training process. Then it is all about the evaluators training of evaluators. We already discussed with the today's session the significance of training of evaluators, why training for evaluators is important. There are several reasons we discussed why it is needed. Then we move to the evaluator training methods. There are 5 methods we will discuss. The first method is lecture method, the second case study method, third role playing, fourth program instruction, fifth special course. All these training methods we will discuss with the advantages and disadvantages. Then we move to the evaluator training process. With that, we discuss 4 stages of training process, evaluator training process. Training objectives should be established. Then the second stage, evaluator manual should be developed. Then the third step, formal instruction. We will discuss what is formal instruction and the content of the good formal instruction program. Then the fourth stage, on the job coaching and counseling, we will discuss. These are the review questions. There are 4 questions here. Describe and explain the significance of training of evaluators. I think you have clear idea about that, clear answer for that. There are several alternative methods of evaluator training methods. Examine the applicability of those methods with suitable examples. We discuss 5 methods, starting from lecture method to special courses. You can examine it means by introducing those methods and advantages and disadvantages. You can examine the applicability of those methods. The third question, describe the content of well-constructed evaluators manual. We already discussed in this session what are the contents we can include in the evaluators manual. The fourth question, what do you mean by formal instruction program as an evaluator training method? And propose a suitable content for the good formal instruction programs. I think you can develop answers for these questions. That is all about the training of evaluators. These are my references. You can read for further understanding. Then it is all about the training of evaluators. Thank you very much for active participation for this session.